There was a time when stories were just something I consumed. I watched them, I listened to them, I admired them, and then I moved on. But one night something shifted. I realized that the stories that stayed with me were not the ones with the loudest victories. They were the ones that changed the way I woke up in the morning, the way I breathed through pain, the way I looked at failure, the way I treated myself when no one was watching. These stories didn't just inspire me, they reprogrammed me. I want to share the 10 lessons that quietly changed my life. Lessons learned from people who faced loss, fear, illness, exile, failure, and silence, and still chose to rise. This is not about becoming extraordinary. It's about becoming fully human. So slow down, let your shoulders soften, and listen not with your ears, but with your heart. The first lesson came from people who had suffered deeply. Athletes training through injury, survivors rebuilding after loss, individuals living with bodies that never felt safe. They all taught me the same truth. Pain is not the enemy. Ignoring pain is. Pain is information. It tells you when something is misaligned, not just in the body but in the mind, the heart, the direction of your life. The strongest people didn't silence pain. They sat with it. They asked it questions. And because they listened, they learned when to rest, when to adapt, and when to push forward with wisdom instead of violence. This changed my life because I stopped asking, why does this hurt? And started asking, what is this trying to teach me? I used to believe confident people were born that way. The stories taught me otherwise. Every inspiring person I studied admitted the same thing in private. They were afraid. They doubted themselves. They felt unprepared, but they showed up anyway. Confidence came after action, not before it. Commitment, quiet, stubborn, imperfect commitment was the real superpower. This changed my life because I stopped waiting to feel ready. I started moving while uncertain, and slowly, confidence followed me like a shadow. Some of the most powerful stories came from people who broke impossible boundaries. Athletes born without limbs, thinkers dismissed by their time, artists rejected until history apologized. They taught me something radical. Most limits are inherited beliefs. Someone said, "You can't," and we believed them. But when those people ignored the script, when they questioned the rules, the impossible quietly collapsed. This changed my life because I stopped asking, "Is this allowed?" and started asking, "Is this actually impossible or just unfamiliar?" The stories of transformation were never explosive. They were slow, daily training, daily writing, daily walking, daily choosing again. No drama, no shortcuts, no heroic burst, just repetition. This lesson changed my life because I stopped chasing motivation and started building rituals. And rituals don't need inspiration, they just need presence. From athletes, survivors, and healers, I learned something science is only now confirming. the body listens. Not to what you say once, but to what you say repeatedly. I am tired. I am broken. I can't. These are instructions. The most inspiring people learn to speak differently to themselves. Not with lies, but with direction. I'm rebuilding. I'm learning. I'm becoming. This changed my life because I became careful with my inner language. I stopped turning thought into wounds. Again and again, the stories return to the same theme. When life hurt the most, they moved. Not to escape pain, but to process it. Walking, running, swimming, stretching. Movement cleared grief from their chest, rage from their muscles, despair from their blood. This lesson changed my life because I stopped waiting to feel better before moving. I moved to feel better. The strongest minds I studied also knew how to stop. They rested deeply. They slept seriously. They embraced silence. They understood something modern life resists. Recovery is not weakness, it's strategy. This changed my life because I stopped glorifying exhaustion and started respecting restoration. The most inspiring people failed publicly, repeatedly, but they all described failure the same way, as feedback, as information, as guidance. This lesson changed my life because I stopped treating failure like identity and started treating it like conversation. What didn't work? What can adjust? What's the next attempt? No one woke up knowing exactly who they would become. Purpose emerged through action, through trying, through mistakes, through detours. This changed my life because I stopped searching for clarity in isolation and started discovering it through motion. The most unexpected lesson came from judges, teachers, coaches, and ordinary people. Kindness was not softness, it was courage. It required boundaries, patience, self-control. This changed my life because I realized the strongest people are gentle, not because they are weak, but because they are secure. Stories don't change us because they are dramatic. They change us because they give us permission. Permission to try again. Permission to slow down. Permission to fail. Permission to become. And if these 10 lessons have taught me anything, it is this. You don't need a new life. You need a new way of living, the one you already have. So, as this story settles into silence, remember, you are allowed to grow slowly. You are allowed to change direction. You are allowed to outgrow who you used to be. And sometimes, the most inspiring story is the one you haven't lived yet.